Welcome back, guys. It's the Tightwad, and this video is about a specific camera made by EUFY Security, also by Anchor, and it is called the SoloCam S40. I went ahead and unboxed the camera so I could show it to you. It still has a protective film over the camera lens. I can see it has some motion sensor and possibly some microphones and speakers on the front here. The bottom actually has the speaker, there it is. The back has a hole for mounting. And there's a cover over where you would charge the camera, and I'm betting this is the button that you would use to pair or sync this with the app. And the top side of this camera has a built-in solar panel. So you don't need an external solar panel like the Ring camera system uses. This one would actually power itself right here. So this is a battery option. There's no wire that you can connect to power it. It does come with the wire here to charge the device. So it just has a little connection for the camera and then a standard USB that you can plug into any of your power bricks that you already have at the house. It comes with the mounting screws and anchors if needed. So if you're mounting in any wall like masonry that needed anchors, you could use those. If you're going straight into wood, you could just use the screws. This is the bracket that you'll be using whenever you're mounting it. I see it unscrews in the center here. This part is flexible to allow you to aim the camera different directions, which is nice. But let's go ahead and get this camera charged, and then we'll get it set up in the app, and then we'll get it mounted on the house. Now that the device is charged, I'm going to add it to the app. I already have other cameras set up in the app, so I just need to go to the cameras page and click add device. And then I'm going to navigate down to find the one that matches, and it's the SoloCam Solar on the right side. It's going to now request to connect to my Wi-Fi. It's asking me to press the sync button for 2 seconds until I hear a beep. That is on the back of the camera next to the charge port. And it just beeped, and I'm going to click next. I need to peel off the protective coating on the front of the camera so that I can scan the QR code on the next screen. So now I'll click OK, and I'm going to use the camera to scan the QR code.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
I'm going to click the next button.
Setup was successful.
You heard it say that the camera set up successfully. I'm going to click next. So now I can name the camera. You can choose the different settings for optimal battery life, optimal surveillance, and custom recording. I'm going to choose customize recording so I can change how long it records for once it spots motion. So the clip length can be as short as 10 seconds or up to 2 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and make mine 2 minutes. The re-trigger interval, so every 5 seconds it will check to see if there's continued motion to see if it needs to turn back on after those 2 minutes are done. So now I'm going to click the next button. The camera is already fully charged. And now it's going to take me through the steps for mounting it, which I'm going to show you in the video. Another thing that happens when you're setting up your camera is if there is an update available, then it will request that you update the firmware on the camera. This is important to make sure that your camera runs as efficiently and effectively as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and let it update the camera. Now I'm ready to locate the position where I want to install the camera on the exterior of my home. Most security cameras suggest that you install them between 7 and 10 feet off the ground. 9 feet is right here at this white brick. So I'm going to go in between those two, and I'm going to mount the camera right here on the edge of this brick with the gray on it. The EUFY SoloCam comes with a sticker that you can place directly onto the brick to mark the spot that you're going to be drilling. Now, I know that things don't stick great to brick. So another tip that you could do if you can't get it to stick is to take the end off of your mount, place it right against the wall, and take a black Sharpie or other marker and mark the holes, and then you'll know exactly where you need to drill. The next thing you're going to need is a masonry bit and a hammer drill. Now this is a regular drill that has a hammer section. It's not a rotary hammer drill like is ideal for drilling into masonry, but this gets the job done on small holes like this. If you don't have access to a hammer drill and a masonry bit and you don't have any neighbors that you can borrow one from, I'll show you another solution you can use that I used when I installed a different camera system that I'm doing away with. Here's the solution that I suggest using if you don't want to drill into the brick. This is just a piece of aluminum that I purchased at the hardware store, and I cut it to length. to fit in the overhang of my home. And this is a little bit flexible here, so you can slide it in behind it on both ends. Then I just had to drill the 3 holes out and attach my mount to it. Now that I have my holes marked, I can go ahead and drill my holes with my hammer drill, and I need to go 1/4 inch longer than the anchors that they sent with the camera. Now I'm going to take the 3 small anchors that came with the kit and tap them into the holes. It's now time to attach the mount to the wall. So I'm going to unscrew the base from the piece that attaches to the camera. I'm going to press this against the holes, get my first screw in. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in 1 more screw, and then we'll get them tightened down. So I have all 3 screws barely started just to make sure that they're started in their holes. I'm going to tighten them down a little bit at a time. I've changed my drill to the screw setting instead of to the hammer drill setting. And I'm going to slowly tighten each of these down just to make sure that my holes are all lined up. Give it a good tug to make sure that your anchors are firmly in place. Now it's time to attach our camera, and the black piece is the solar panel, so that's going to face up. You can also look at the writing on the side, which will indicate which way faces up. I'm first going to screw this piece into the back of the camera. Now I can screw this piece onto the mount. Now it's time to align the camera the direction you want it to face. So I've aligned the camera in the approximate direction that I think it needs to face. Now I'm going to get on my app and I'm going to fine tune this process. I wanted you to get a few different views of this camera in action. This is of me backing out of my driveway. You can see the color is extremely good during the daytime. This is an overcast day, but it's even better on bright sunny days. And you can see it's nice and crisp with HD quality video, and the audio is actually really good as well. I wanted to come out here and record another video so that you could see how easy it is to hear someone when they're talking outside also. Here I wanted you to see me walking by the camera, so I'm leaving my garage, heading out towards my truck. You can see it's very clear. The light activates as soon as motion is detected at night, and it really lights up the whole area and gives a nice HD full color view of the person or the object that is in your driveway area or in the camera's field of view. In this one, you can see that the motion sensor for the camera picked up the mail truck because it was right at the edge of my driveway. So I adjusted those motion sensors so that it doesn't pick up cars up at the main intersection or my neighbors backing out of their driveway, but anybody that comes right up next to my mailbox or my driveway will trigger the motion sensor and it will video them. One thing I really like about the app is when you're looking at the history of events that were recorded, it'll identify if there was a human in the video. So I don't have to review every single event that triggered it throughout the day. I can just look at the ones with humans in it if needed. I'm going to make another video for a full review of this camera system, but I wanted to give you a couple of my main points that I really like about them. The audio and video quality is top notch with these. It's just as good or better than any camera I've ever used. And the motion sensor is way better than the Ring camera that I previously had installed on my driveway. The other thing that I like is that there's no monthly fee, so I'm saving $100 a year that I was paying for my annual subscription to the Ring monitoring service. So with the EUFY cameras, there are no monthly fees. Once you have the cameras, everything else is free. As far as pricing goes, they're right in line with all other high-end security cameras, and I'll make sure I put links to these that you can buy through in the description. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. It'd be awesome if you'd click that logo in the bottom left-hand corner to subscribe to my channel, and maybe even check out one of my other videos shown on the right. As always, I hope you guys have a great day.